can't believe we are getting we're live now. So hi. Good to see anyone. Nobody's in yet, but see about that. Oh, I got sunscreen all over my face. Good Lord. All right, I'm just gonna post this a couple places. I should do my Instagram. For anyone who does come in, let me know how the sound is. God, it really shows off how much. Still don't know if anyone's in, but yeah, so we're going to be streaming here for a little bit. I'm just passing around some links, and then we're going to get going. So wait a couple minutes, and we'll be good to go. Okay, I shared that there. Just gonna get going. Okay, let's see if there's anyone here. I see one person, but I can't tell if that's just me or not. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so last time we built this, the frame of our new house. So today we're gonna add. We need to do a few more extra details, like we're building the door, and we'll be adding the frame around the door, adding the door into this section back here too, and then we're going to start putting some bricks on it. So let's just get going. I don't know why this is so fishy. Not sure how to adjust that. I fiddle with it, but let me know if it bugs anyone. Otherwise, I'm just gonna stick with it. I'm really liking this music. It's making me It's just some lo-fi kind of hip hop. Not a big hip hop guy, but really do like the lo-fi kind of thing. So it's kind of a nice relaxing beat there, just to do a little bit. And yeah, let's just keep going. So yeah, let's just get started. I'm gonna have a little sippy sip. My totally non-alcoholic carbonated beverage, and then just a little bit. There we are. That's better. Oh, I like it better before. There we are. Happy with that. I need to stop fiddling. So yeah, get started. People pop in, and just well, hello. How's it going? Is that a dab? Sure, let's go with that. Well, hello. How is it all? Oh, we got a couple people in here now. Hello, all. Let me know in the chat where you're from, what you're up to. In case anyone missed it, I was just rambling there for a while. I had no idea if people were in or not. Just let me know what you're up to. Kind of hobbying you're doing on this lovely Friday. And yeah, just check on in. Let me know if how the sound is. Again, I'm trying a little bit of music in the background this time. Last time was just kind of me chatting away. I thought this might be a nice way to mix it up. A bit of add a little bit to it. So yeah, Mr. Spyro. What Spyro game is that? My knowledge of Spyro is limited. My whole memory of Spyro is actually at my dentist's office as a kid. When I was really young, they had probably GameCube going there, or I don't know my old video games, and with a couple of games on it, you kind of play while you're in the waiting room. It's like a kid's kind of dentist office before I kind of graduated to the big boy stuff. And Spyro was one of the games. The other game was a oh my god, wow, hello, how are you? Yeah, you remember that, eh? I was about to say Toy Story. How much time? We played a lot of that, eh? Yeah. So right now, just show some stuff. How are you all going? But I know where. Right? It was fun. I feel like I saw something about that last little bit. I don't remember. It's rambling. But yeah, I know where you're from, obviously, Mr. Van Duzer. But Yung Bongo, where are you from? What are you up to? Spyro. I like to know. We had people from all over the place last time, so it's kind of fun. Mostly Europe. I say all over the place, but mostly Europe. So it's always interesting to see where people end up from. But yeah, just quietly go through some stuff while they chat away. Yeah, whole point of this is just a little update on what I'm up to, and checking with all you guys to see what you're up to. So sound off to see where you're from. As I said, right now I'm just doing the door. The perfect height. That's cool. I'll pretend I know where that is. I'm not just looking that up. Oh, wow. Palestine. Man, not to get into stuff here, but I hope you're I hope it's all going okay there, bud. I know it's you guys have not to make light of stuff, but you guys have going on. So yeah, I really hope I can it's kind of a bit of a relaxed session here, just to unwind, maybe forget about all that real world stuff, because real world is the real world is real ugly. And last time we got into some real hot takes, and I do not feel, well, again, I certainly have opinions. That's holy, excuse my language, holy shit. That's kind of really cool to hear, actually. Wow, that's really awesome. I just hope you're staying safe, and I'm hoping, yeah, if I watching some silly YouTube videos building shit online helps, I'm really happy to be doing that. That's awesome. Fuck, that's awesome. Cool. You other than Spyro, you into any hobby stuff? You a war gamer or a miniature boy? What are you up to? What do you do? You're a Warhammer? You Lord of the Rings aficionado? I always like to know. I try to got a pretty wide range of interests, honestly, and it's just getting like wider. And the more I kind of get into stuff, the more I kind of want to start doing stuff about it on my on the channel. So I like to get a gist of what the people actually watching my channel do, so that I know if what I'm thinking about doing is of any interest to anyone. So yeah, you a Lord of the Ringsy? Oh, nah, gamer then? Just on the gaming side? It's just videos? Or are you more of a tabletop boy? I do say boy a lot. I don't mean it in like a denigrating kind of way. It's just a term of endearment. Nice. There's nothing wrong with that. I've actually, speaking of games, that's a video I kind of have an idea for. My wife and I have been really into a certain video game lately, and we're thinking about maybe doing a little joint diorama based on it. I am not going to spoil what that game is. I'm sure, based on the fact both me and my wife are into it, is probably a hint. But yeah, that should be fun. So right now, just to kind of explain what I'm doing, I'm cutting up the strips to basically make the door frame. I showed this off in that video, but this was really cool. Like textured foam board. that I found at the dollar store, and it makes for, it's not the best because it's a little bit kind of like, got a lot of little like, I was gonna say hair, well, not hair, so it's got little kind of gimbly bits to it. That is not a word. But yeah, it's got some gimbly bits to it, and they make for pretty good quick wood texture effects. I'm just cutting out some strips of that and laying them down here to make a door frame. Yeah, Mr. Van Duzer there. No spoiler, but no shit. Of course that's what it is. The game's so good. So yeah, we have some got some plans. That'll probably be not next week's video, but the video after that. Yeah, not next week's video, but the video after that will be that. I think my current plan, but that plan changes just about every other day. So we'll see what I actually end up doing. But that is the plan. Games? I don't know, honestly, and didn't play that many games growing, like video games growing up. We didn't really have kind of consoles and stuff until we kind of bought our own in high school. Middle school, I don't remember, somewhere around there. We got a PS3, but in terms of games, I didn't have any like old consoles or anything. We had like a couple of Game Boys here and there, but so favorite game growing up is a bit tricky because I mainly just played stuff on the odd computer game. So what did I play? Played a lot of RTS stuff, I feel like. Age of Empires was a big one that was really fun. There was an old Star Wars RTS game that I really liked. We played that for a long time. Oh, we had the Total War games for a while. Those are fun. Those games are real fun. I think we had Rome Total War. But yeah, honestly, most of my gaming experience. Oh, that's not true. My favorite game, I was growing up. It kind of came out when I was like in middle school and stuff, I think. But man, I loved Halo 1. Galactic Battlegrounds, exactly. That was a Star Wars game. But I freaking loved Halo 1. The game was so good. I saw that. Yeah. I'm trying not to buy games right now because there's several I want, but I'm falling into that habit of just not playing the ones I even have. So yeah, maybe. Sorry, I got distracted. Anyway, so quick hobby kind of actually update on this. We got the door here, looking all nice, a little bit rough, the way we like it. And I'm going to just actually do the frame around it. So on the first building I built, right, Vincent, those are both freaking good games. God, the first Halo was so good. I spent so much time on it. I played that game. I probably replayed more than almost any other game. But yeah, so on the first one we had this kind of like a arch around it. So I'm going to do something similar. It might not be exactly the same shape, but more or less. And yeah, hey there, Vincent. How are you doing? Checking in on this chilled out stream. How is the sound, by the way? Can you hear the music? And is it kind of drowning out my voice at all? Or is it a good kind of are we at a good balance here? Yeah? Just let me know. I just want to know to make sure it's It's sounding right? Okay. I'm just going to start cutting out this door frame. We're using basically this, in case you haven't, anyone hasn't watched that, this is based around that Cursed City video game. Not Cursed City. Blah, the Cursed City video I did about making the making that terrain. And because one, that game looked fucking awesome. Oh. Yeah, it's really quiet. I think that might just be the voice. Is it too loud? Okay. Maybe I'll cut that out then. How's that? Maybe I'll cut the music. See, let's try this. One more. I'm enjoying the music, but if it's not working on your end, it's quiet. Okay. 1 second. I have an idea. Quick tech pause. Look at my phone. Not channel. History. I'm gonna play it on my phone. Because I wonder, if I'm playing off my computer that's also recording the audio, so I wonder if that's part of the issue. Just kind of, obviously, this is all a little bit kind of experimental. We're just kind of fiddling around here, just to get stuff the way we want it. And yeah, just fiddling around. No, I don't want Sapporo. Sorry, I got real distracted here. Let's try that for a little bit. See how that goes. Cool. Let's go with that. I'm just kind of experimenting here. Trying to find a nice, relaxed vibe to this whole thing. I'm trying not to take it too seriously. Just be a little additional thing. I also am thinking about, I didn't leave the other stream up. I'm thinking about making that like a Patreon thing, like another little bonus for Patreon people, having that kind of archive of streams. Not that anyone probably is very interested, but it should start to show a bit of real progress here. I'm thinking about just making that my kind of the focus, just to build these kind of terrain things. I much prefer the setup to last week. I actually got a webcam instead of using my phone, and it's so much smoother. I'm actually able to use my computer more reasonably. Yeah, just kind of chilling. So yeah, what have you been working on since you're a Lord of the Rings boy? You been doing any hobbying? Are you Mr. Van Duzer? You're such a Warhammer miniature guy. But seriously, we need to. You're getting. So again, not to get too all political is the wrong word, but kind of current eventy. But I got finally got booked for my nice. Ooh, nice. Is there a cheeky Dernhelm in that list? Go back to the last episode. That's such a good goddamn model. The Rohan list. I think have I mentioned in videos. I hate painting Riders of Rohan, but I love painting the heroes. Oh, you should. Actually, scratch that. I have no idea if you should. It's a great model, but I have no idea how it is in game. One, I'm not the most competitive player in general, but I think I've heard good things about her in game. In fact, her and Mary kind of both have the mic there, kind of add something to it. Okay. I'm not actually loving that. I got distracted. I think that's good enough. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. I'm just gonna make it a bit rough. Yeah, me neither. But yeah, I was about to say about that. Speaking of Corona, since you brought it up, I'm getting I finally got booked for my first shot. Very excited. I'm gonna get that kind of mid June, and yeah, maybe I'll actually get to, depending on other people I know have started to get it. Maybe I'll actually get to start getting some games in. That would be exciting. I haven't played a game since last summer, and last summer, me and some local friends did a little mini tourney. Yeah, thanks, man. Little mini tourney at my in our backyard. Just four of us, and we played a little round robin tournament. It was really fun, and man, I miss gaming. I really do. I'm again not a big competitive gamer, but it's I think that's what I like about the gaming in this hobby is it's less about the games themselves and more just a justification and structure for the hobbying, really. And that's what I've always really used it for. It's been just a way of guiding what I'm working on. So on that note, it'll be a great, I freaking can't wait to get the Angmar boys out on their first outing. I think that'll be really, I'm looking forward to that. I've had so much fun working on them. I think they're really turning out nice. So it'll be good to actually play a game with them and see how they actually fare. And having the old the vaccine finally is the first step towards that. So it's exciting. Because yeah, it's been a real. I don't know about. I made a bit of a joke about it in one of those videos, but it's a real. Yeah, right, exactly. And my goal, like more than winning, I tend to kind of shoot for the hobby awards at events. I've won numerous, like several kind of like best armies and stuff like that. So that's always been my focus because that's where I can actually win. There's no freaking way I'm actually winning a tourney on a competitive level. But yeah, it's always been about the hobbying, and yeah, a nice way to kind of show off the work and kind of get something out of it. Because spoiler, this is not the cheapest hobby. So anytime you can get more use out of something you spent too much money on is a good thing in my books. So I'm just going to do one quick thing here. I'm going to share this on my local group, actually, my local league, just to say that we're hobbying. But yeah, I miss gaming. It's so much fun. It's been so long since I've actually played a game. The army I always used to use the most was Mordor. I think it was my favorite looking army I've had. It's also the most complete, and I would run a little. I was actually really proud of the double Felbies list I kind of wrote for it, and it worked pretty well. Sorry, I'm getting distracted again now. I'm really bad at that. There's the link. Content. I'm reeling. It's silly, but I feel a good vibe today. Been out. I don't know how weather and stuff is around other people, but it's super nice here. So I've spending a lot of time outside. We were just doing some. I don't know if anyone else is into gardening, but my wife and I do a lot of gardening, so we were doing that this morning. Ooh, man. Yeah, I'd really like this whole kind of thing started. I started posting all my stuff up on Instagram, and it was just fun getting a response and having that kind of interaction with people. And I always and this kind of like YouTube stuff really just the kind of next extension of that, really. And next kind of extension of that, exactly. So it's nice because that's actually been a good part of it. Because like as much as I sorry, I can't get. That's one way to make light of a certain situation there. Young Bongo. It's Young Bongo, right? I'm saying that right? I'm sure. Is that your real name? I don't know. Yeah. It's God, that's distracting me. I could go on a real rant there about that whole situation, but I am not going to. Yeah, it's just really the whole YouTube thing has kind of just been more of an extension about me sharing my hobby, and so I part of the reason I've been interested in starting to do these more kind of streaming things is it's a way to show kind of uncut, unstructured version of my hobby versus the more kind of like pre-prepared and pre-edited stuff. Oh yeah, it's totally IT. Yeah. It's slightly watered down. Watered down. I don't know what the no is either. I'm pronouncing it wrong or it's not your name. I assume it's not your name. But yeah, nice little refreshment there on the side there, eh? But yeah, this has all been just kind of an extension of my own hobbying and combining. Because I think I've talked about it before, but like my favorite thing about wargaming as a hobby is that it's such a good combination of honestly multiple different hobbies. I've always liked kind of art and creativity and stuff, and so the painting is always such a big thing for me and something I enjoy doing, and this is a way of kind of like structuring that art. And then on top of that, it's an incredibly, and it feels silly to say on this, but it's an incredibly social hobby in a way. Like it's maybe goofy, but like 90% of my socializing in the last couple of years has been through wargaming, Warhammer. Like we had obviously before the whole COVID thing, we had a bi-weekly hobby night, like gaming night here in our local scene, and it was that's where a lot of my kind of socializing went on. I've never been a huge kind of online gamer, so I feel like it's kind of like a physical version of that for people who get really into like the social elements on online games. And I say that as a segue back to Mr. Van Duzer's there comment of Vermintide's really freaking fun. I haven't played them in a while. I would let's chat later. That might be a fun thing tonight. I'm a bit busy for a little while. Need to catch up on some TV with the wife. Yeah, my current schedule, I basically work nights lately. I work kind of 2 to 10 in my kind of like real job. In the morning working on this kind of stuff. And so, yeah, it's not it's not ideal. I went from working 8 to 4 working from home to 2 to 10 working from an office, and that was not a good change. Good in a lot of other ways, but in that change, it was not ideal. So it means my time to actually watch like TV and stuff and get caught up on movies and stuff with the wife is disappeared. So we are gonna watch some Handmaid's Tale tonight because that's a really good show. But after that, maybe get some Vermintide in there. So that's actually a good question. That's back to segueing into kind of people's interesting. How many people are into like? I know like most of my stuff is like Lord of the Rings oriented, but like who else? Who does other kind of like? Is anyone else into like more kind of general Warhammery stuff? Because I've been on the edge of doing stuff about that for a while now. I really want to get into maybe do some old Hammer square base style stuff, some retro Warhammer stuff. Because I've bought some recently, and I have some ideas. And that you heading out, Vincent? Have a good one. If you are, take care. But yeah. So again, just kind of going back to this, I'm just building up the bricks on the side here. I use for the exterior bricks, I'm using more foam core that I kind of texture and just kind of mess up. And then for the lower ones, I'll be using using those plates like I showed in the video. I'm trying to keep this one a little bit more kind of like properly built than the other one. I'm just taking a bit more kind of casual. But yeah. Well, yeah. No, honestly, it's not that bad. It's honestly kind of been a good schedule for this because I basically work. I still get up around like in the morning and I do some hobbying, I do some filming, have lunch, head to work. So it's as a way to kind of do 2 jobs. Man, so yeah, 100%. Dana Howell. Nice. Yeah, 40K. 40K has been on my radar for a long time. I've just never quite taken the leap. I've got a few miniatures kind of just hanging around that I've gotten. I was interested in maybe doing some kill team stuff. Oh, it 100% is. It is the biggest. It's the biggest game. like hands down. AOS, like Age of Sigmar, is pretty big, and they do a lot for that. But yeah, 40K is the Warhammer poster child, 100%. So I don't think I could ever see myself doing a full like 40. I wouldn't. Okay, scratch that. One of my dreams, kind of hobby-wise, is to have like a semi-functional army in like as many games as possible. So having like one Warhammer 40K army, I would kind of really like. But the issue is, how do you limit yourself to one army and decide on one army? Because it's just too easy to get distracted and go into too many different things. So yeah. So it's one of the reasons I was actually really interested in Kill Team for a while, and I actually played a game of it. I went to there's like a local gaming group, not one that not like our like Warhammer, like Lord of the Rings one, but like another one in our kind of like area that does. Obviously, they're not doing stuff right now, but they were doing a lot of like kind of weekly hangouts. And I went to one of those and kind of had someone kind of showed me a kind of test game of Kill Team, and it was okay. Honestly, it was fine. I think that's my biggest issue. I think that's part of what keeps me from other games is like, as much as like the models are cool or stuff, but like, this is gonna sound really fucking pretentious, but like, the Middle Earth game is just better than them all. The Middle Earth game is just a genuinely really good game system. It's incredibly versatile, the mechanics and stuff, and I feel like whenever I play another game, all I can think is like, well, I'd rather just be playing. It's right. It's just better. It's just such a, and I feel like I've heard people who play other games who do try the Lord of the Rings one, usually kind of come out saying it's a really good system, and it's just the fact that it feels a bit silly because it's Tolkien, which is so thing, but it's a far more limited subject than something like 40K or AOS. So people who aren't into like Lord of the Rings will just kind of navigate to other stuff, but I think it's the best. I don't think it's the best rule set the Game Workshop does currently. It's just so good. And the fact it's so good makes it hard for me to get into other Games Workshop games, because I'd rather play Lord of the Rings. It's just really good. It's the best game. But I get that like that's not everyone's kind of like, it's the problem is that it's so based around a specific franchise. I think alienates some people. Like I remember seeing there's a recent video by kind of going back onto other YouTubers. I really like Midwinter Minis, and he was recently saying that he's not a big Lord of the Rings guy, and I don't know what Victoria 3 is. What's Victoria? AOS? Are you talking about AOS 3? What's Victoria? I know AOS 3 was just announced. What's Victoria 3? I don't know what that means. Sorry, now I'm really distracted again, because what's Victoria 3? Okay. I don't know what Victoria 3 is. I have to look it up. It's a video game. I don't know anything about Victoria. Oh. Oh, it's like an art. Is this by the same? Oh, it's by the Crusader Kings guy. Is it? I have. You guys enjoy. I have no idea what that is. Looks cool. Yeah, Lord of the Rings is just really specific. But yeah, so back to other games. Man, Daniel Howell's channel is really great. I really like her style of videos. They're just different, and the way she paints stuff is so different. Okay, cool. So it's like an RTS game. I don't know what Hearts of Iron is either. I'm not a big video game guy, honestly. Nowadays I almost exclusively play like open world fantasy role playing games. Like the last two games I was really into. Oh, this is gonna sound really limiting, but were Shadow of War. I do like Risk. Despite not being a great game, I do really like Risk. Yeah, I played Shadow of War a lot. I kind of burnt out halfway through the expansion, but the base game, cool. It's a fun game. I really like it. I know it had some problems when it first came out in terms of the really gross kind of monetization stuff, but they patched a lot of that out, obviously, and it's a solid game now. But so it was that, and then I played all of The Witcher, and it is, man, that Witcher has hardcore influenced my my hobbying. The design work in those games is just, God, those games are beautiful. I love the design work in The Witcher. And I have not played Outworld, but I think I've heard of it. Is that the one? There's a lot of unofficial Witcher miniatures, but there might be a board game. I don't know. What's Outworlds? What are you talking about? Are you talking about the one, Mac? Are you talking about the one by, is it the guys who did Fallout New Vegas? Is that the one you're talking about? Outward? I don't know what that is. But there was that video, I think it was Outer Worlds. That's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about, Vincent. I don't know what Outward is. What's Outward? Is it another fantasy or is it a sci-fi thing? This is nice. I'm having a really good chill time. I'm cracking down some 100% non-alcoholic Coke and just chatting away while I do some stuff. I'm liking this. So it's 3:22. So I'm gonna start. Just by the way, I'm gonna start kind of winding this down and kind of end in about kind of 15, 20 minutes or so. And but yeah, so didn't get nearly as much done today as I did last time, but it's good. But yeah, video games. So here's what I struggle with on video games, and I think this is because I do the physical stuff. Show. I feel like it keeps like hiding stuff you say, Max. You keep swearing, but I don't care. That's fine. This video is 100% not for kids because that's the whole thing on YouTube. So let's just lean into it. I've said bad boy words a couple of times now. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know what Outer Worlds looks really cool. I would like to do that. I don't know anything about the other one you were saying, but yeah, going back to the other. So yeah, Witcher, and Shadow of War were the two I really played, and Vermintide. I really liked Vermintide. It's semi-family friendly, but I'm not gonna like. Maybe eventually I'll be a bit more kind of. I try to be like in the videos themselves. I try to like I bleep stuff out, but honestly, that's more because I heard someone once say who also swears in the show, like he will sometimes bleep stuff out because just the bleeps are funnier. It's funnier. It's funnier to like bleep it than to like actually say the words half the time. So I'll regularly do that more for the joke than the actual like censoring. But yeah, Vermintide is really fun. It's very much kind of inspiring my kind of like my love of kind of old world Warhammer stuff. Half the point I'm doing these kind of buildings is like it could be kind of cool to do some kind of Mordheimy style terrain. They are funny, right? They are funny. Like it's one thing to actually like swear, but having that bleep is just funnier. Or like cutting away before you actually say the word. It's funny. This isn't sitting right. That should be rough. But the other thing I was going to say, what was it? I'm a lot more mellow this time than I was last week. I was kind of like shooting off real opinion-based Lord of the Rings stuff. Actually, there's going to be a lot of that in this. Exactly. There's going to be some opinion stuff in the next video. I've kind of alluded to it a couple of times. I've got some real issues with like fan culture and kind of like we talked about it last time, like really aggressive, like kind of like people being really specific about like what is and isn't like proper Lord of the Rings. So I'm going to kind of talk a little bit about that in the next video. Next video is going to be a little bit more chill, I think. I've actually really been enjoying the project. And actually, I don't know if I've actually done it on the Patreon page. I know I did on the Facebook page. I've been showing some. Have I, Vincent? You'll know this. Did I post any pictures of like spoilers of next week's yet on the Patreon? I know I did on the Patreon Facebook page. I know you're not part of that. You're on Facebook, but I will after this, just in case. But okay, I'll do it after this. Sorry. Totally. So many different places to freaking post my stuff. I will. I kind of like doing that little spoiler at the end of the last video, so I'm going to do a little bit on the end of the stream too, just to show what I'm working on and what next week's video is going to be. He's actually just the project is actually just sitting right over there. I can see him. He's just looking at me with his bug eyes. Yeah, we'll take a look at him in a second. But yeah, we're gonna start winding her down. Yeah. So me get nearly as much as I wanted to get done today. I got more than I expected, honestly. That's not true. I don't know. So yeah, we've done we did the door, we got these bits, we've done the bordering on the front, got the back door. It's not actually bug eyes, it just looks like bug eyes right now because of the stage it's at. But it is going to be another excuse to talk about weird art house stuff too, because it's referencing not an art house movie, but like an indie movie I really like. Well, it's not referencing it, but it is in reference. I'm going to reference art house movies. But yeah, So that's looking pretty good. Next is just doing the other bits in here. I might do those with team streams. We'll see. And then adding the actual brickwork. That'd be good. The thing with doing it in this way is, last time I kind of like was doing this all at the same time, where I was doing the texture at the same point in between the bricks. I might just do that with the actual grout, like I did in the that last video. That's easier to do when it's not wet. Yeah. Honestly, I think I'm happy with that. We're about to hit the hour, so I'm gonna call it there. And actually, we're not quite at an hour. 4 minutes away. So let's chill out for a little bit. And yeah, but yeah. So next week, I'll just show it now. This is next week's project. I've been doing a lot of sculpting lately. So this is my I've been sculpting Nangmar troll. That's what I'm doing here. So he's got his eyeballs in, but I haven't done the eyelids yet. So he looks a little bit bug-eye. So we're not doing any painting this week. We're just doing the sculpting. But yeah, so we got going. So that's next week's video. It's gonna be a trolley week. Yeah. So yeah, we're hitting 3:30 now, so I'm gonna roll it down. But yeah, thanks for everyone for coming out, and good time. We'll see you all next week. We're gonna have a new video. After that, we'll do another little bit of stream. I'm kind of enjoying just kind of dealing with this project every time. It's gonna take, at this stage, I want to have like 8 of these buildings, and at this rate, that's gonna take years. So I might start working on some other ones between stuff, but I want to have a few more before another upcoming video. We actually build a board to go with them, and yeah, I'd like to have a few more things built up before I do that. But yeah, on that note, thank you so much, everyone, for being in. I think we hit about 10 people at one point, which is nice, and yeah, it's been a fun little chat. So have a good one, everyone. Just those are out here. Thank you very much for joining us, and have a good one.